I'll take the attendance after a few minutes, beta. You got your date sheet and syllabus for second duty?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All subjects? All subjects?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, no problems?
Ma'am.
Any problem in any subject or anything? Anything you
No,
would like
ma'am.
to say?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. You'll be able to handle, no? Syllabus is sufficient. I mean, it's fine. It's not much or many chapters. Everybody will be able to manage, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So the total weightage is going to be 40 marks, 20 subjective, 20 objective. This is going to be for all subjects, beta. So we'll have it on Google Forms. So 20 marks will be entirely objective. So when you study, keep in mind this, that this is how you're going to study. 20 marks are subjective and 20 marks will be objective. You will have fill in the blanks or MCQ based questions. That kind of questions are there. So focus more on reading the chapter. Clear? And whatever I teach, that is a different thing. But when it comes to making question papers, stick to your NCRT. Okay? So study NCRT for your exams. Fine? Whatever topics are included in the NCRT, focus on NCRT only when it comes to exams, beta. Whatever we study, that's a different case. But then when it comes to examination, then stick to NCRT. Chali, we'll start. We've already done some kinds of biomolecules. Which biomolecules have you already done?
Carbohydrates and proteins.
Proteins.
Carbohydrates, proteins, amino acids also we did, if you remember. Forgot about that? We've done that also, beta. What did we do yesterday? Okay, tell me.
Proteins.
Proteins.
Yes, we did proteins. How many types of protein classification did we study about? Roughly, if you remember, let me see. I'm taking the attendance by the time.
Ma'am,
3.
4. 4.
On the
4.
basis is what we're talking about. So it was 4. Ananya is there. Ariba is there. Okay. Ayush Gupta is there today again. Ayush, you're there? He was there yesterday also. Ayush? Drishti?
Yes, ma'am.
She was there yesterday. And then we have Harshita.
Yes, ma'am.
Harshita. Yes, she was there yesterday. Mansi.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you were there yesterday. Prabha.
Present, ma'am.
Very good. Ritul.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. You were not there yesterday. What happened?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, there was a network problem.
You were not there yesterday. Sanvi.
Yes, ma'am.
You're there today? Okay, fine. Srishti, she was there yesterday also. Fine. Sony was there.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You were there yesterday also. Uditi was also there. Uditi?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Vedehi? Vedehi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she was there yesterday also. Shimail, you've joined?
Yes, ma'am.
Chali, fine. Now we can start. The attendance is done. Beta, we are going to start with another category of molecules. Biomolecules, they're lipids. Lipid is not a macromolecule. Lipid is which kind of a molecule? Micro or macro?
Micromolecule.
Microbiology.
I hope you all remember the difference between macromolecules. Tell me, what is the difference between a macro and a micromolecule?
Ma'am, macro are in large in number and micro are small in number.
Sure. Do you agree with the answer? Others? Macromolecules and micromolecules. What is the difference between these two biomolecules? Come on. What do you mean by macro biomolecules and micro biomolecules? What is the main difference between them? When I started the chapter in the first class, we did this. And then we did the categories also. That which ones we will put in macro, which one we will put in micro. What is a macromolecule and a micromolecule? What is the difference between both of them? Children, tell me quickly.
Macromolecules
Ma'am,
have
macrobiomolecules are
large
present in large quantity, whereas microbiomolecules are present in our body in a small quantity.
Ma'am, macromolecules are
Molecular
nucleic
weight.
acids, proteins, and carbohydrates.
Ma'am, molecular weight of
Micromolecules are vitamins.
biomolecules is
When macromolecules are used in large quantities or micro small.
Okay. So this is large quantities and small quantities. Basically, this is the answer which is coming. Everybody agrees to this?
ma'am molecular weight. Molecular
Ah, beta, yes, molecular weight. Daltons, I told you, 1,000, 10,000 Daltons or more macromolecules. Then we did micromolecules. Basic criteria was the weight, bacha.
Molecule.
We're talking about the weight. Okay. So don't get confused in this. The main criteria is weight only. Macro are heavier. Now we're going to study about lipids. When we do lipid classification, we've got three kinds of lipids: simple lipids, conjugated lipids, and derived lipids. Okay. Tell me very quickly the three kinds of lipids that we have. I'll go in details then.
Simple,
Simple, conjugated, and derived.
Before I go into details of this one by one, simple lipids. When I say lipids, and that too simple lipids, they are esters of fatty acids and alcohols. What are simple lipids? They are esters of fatty acids and alcohol. So what are the two things when we think about a lipid, simple lipid, we'll think about a fatty acid and an alcohol. Just remember these two things, fatty acids and alcohol. So what is a simple lipid? It is an ester of
Fatty acid and alcohol.
And if your alcohol is glycerol, we call them as true fats or neutral lipids. See, there are so many kinds of alcohols, no? We can have a combination of any alcohol with a fatty acid. I said when it is a simple lipid, it is an ester of two things, fatty acids and alcohol. Beta alcohol to koi bhi ho sakta hai. It can be any alcohol. But if alcohol is glycerol and the combination is glycerol and fatty acid, then we call those acids, we call those fats as true fats, or the other name for them is neutral lipids. Beta lipids to wo sabhi hote hain jinme fatty acids and alcohol hota hai. But if your alcohol is glycerol, then such kind of lipids are known as which lipids? Neutral lipids. What do we call these lipids as? Neutral
lipids.
Okay. So simple lipids are what? Esters of fatty acids and
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
So your simple lipids are again of two types, true fats and waxes. True fats and waxes. I just told you about true fats. If it's a ester of fatty acid and glycerol, agar ye wala alcohol ka combination hai glycerol, then we'll call that simple lipid as a true fat or a neutral lipid. But if it is an ester of fatty acid and any other alcohol than glycerol, koi bhi alcohol hai but glycerol nahi hai, then that kind of a simple lipid is known as a wax. So what is a simple lipid, children? बहुत simple. Fatty acids and alcohol. Esters of which two things?
Fatty acid and alcohol.
Fatty acid and glycerol.
Fatty acids to change nahi honge. The option that can change is alcohol. So there is one case where alcohol is glycerol. So if there is an ester of fatty acids and glycerol, then what will you say? What will you mark it as?
True fats or neutral
True fats
lipids.
and neutral lipids.
Yes, Soham has also joined. Soham, I marked you present, beta. Second is waxes. If you have any other alcohol but not glycerol, then you're going to call that simple lipid as what?
Waxes.
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 When I started with simple lipids, when we use the word simple lipids, we simply understand that they are esters. Esters of two things. Tell me quickly which one?
Fatty acids and
Fatty acids
alcohol.
and alcohol.
Very good. Alcohol कोई भी हो सकता है बेटा. So on the basis of which alcohol is present, simple lipids are again of two categories. What are the two categories?
True fats.
True
and
fats or waxes.
Fats.
True fats
what-
and waxes. True fats, when we call true fats, it is basically a combination or an ester of a fatty acid with which alcohol?
Glycerol.
Glycerol.
And if glycerol is not present, any other alcohol is present with fatty acid, then what do you call them?
Waxes.
Waxes.
Waxes. We go to call them as waxes if there is any other alcohol apart from glycerol. Chale, let's go ahead. True fats are also known as neutral lipids. Now come to this. Second category I told you is conjugated lipids. Conjugated lipid means we are going to have a simple lipid plus something else. That something else is a non-lipid part. Okay? Like earlier we had simple lipids plus glycerol. When we talked about simple lipids, it means what? Fatty acids and alcohol.
Alcohol.
Conjugated lipid, very good. Simple lipid में कुछ और भी add हो गया. Simple lipid तो पहले से ही था. So when I say simple lipid, it's already two things, fatty acids and alcohol. Apart from that, something else is added to that. Then such kind of a lipid is known as which lipid?
Conjugated lipids.
Conjugated.
Conjugated lipid.
Example, very good. Let me give you an example. Phospholipid, a very common word you have heard about. Phospholipid. So if I break this word phospholipid, lipid में क्या add हो गया बेटा? Something else add हुआ. What is that something else over here? Which group?
Phosphate group.
Phosphate
Yes,
group.
it is the phosphate group. So you've got a simple lipid and you've got a non-lipid part. This is the best example to remember, phospholipid. Simply you've come across the word glycolipids. So when we say glycolipid, that means lipid mein what is added is a carbohydrate. That something which is added to a lipid is what? It is the carbohydrate. So the two examples of conjugated lipids are phospholipid and glycolipids. Chali, let us do once again. Conjugated lipids means something else is added, some non-lipid part is added to the lipids. Then we call such lipids as which lipids?
Conjugated lipids.
If I say phospholipid, then what is added to the lipid?
Phosphate group.
Phosphate
Phosphate
group.
group, which is obviously a non-lipid part. So I'm going to call phospholipid as a conjugated lipid. Similarly, glycolipids are also examples of conjugated lipids because they are a combination of lipids with what?
Carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate.
So in simple language, if I say conjugated lipid, it is simple lipids plus something else, or simple lipid plus non-lipid part. And we had the examples of phospholipids and glycolipids, where something else, some non-lipid part was adding to the lipid part. We're coming to the third category of lipids now, the derived lipids. Derived lipids are again of two types, sterols and terpenes. Sterols and terpenes. Sterols are lipid-like substances. Okay, steroids. If you've heard about steroids, they are something like lipids, but they're not exactly lipids. Derived lipids. We call them as sterols. And derivatives of lipids, kuch thoda bahut change ho gaya. And then we got another derivative of lipid. They are known as terpenes. So derived lipids are again of two types. What are the two types?
Sterols and
Sterols and
terpenes.
terpenes.
If it is a lipid-like substance, we call it as
Sterol.
Sterol.
sterol. And if it is a derivative of lipid, we are going to call it as
Terpenes.
Terpene.
terpenes. Terpenes. Now, on the basis of the melting point at room temperature, Lipids, again, we put them into two categories. Okay. Hard fats and oils. Hard fats and oils. Hard fats are solid at room temperature. Okay. The hard fats, they're solid at room temperature and they contain a long chain of fatty acids. The best example is animal fat. Animal fat if you have, it will remain solid at room temperature beta. उसका melting point high होता है, वो melt नहीं करता है room temperature पे. So they're solids at room temperature. They have long chain of fatty acids and the best example is animal fats. Now let's move on to the second type over here, oil. They are liquids at room temperature. Why they are liquid at room temperature? Because the melting point is low. And the example is groundnut oil. What is the example over here? Groundnut oil. Okay. This is the example animal fat and this is your example of oils. So on the basis of melting points at room temperature, we again have two categories of fats. What are they?
Hard fats and
Hard
oils.
fats and
Fats and
oils.
oils.
Yes, hard fats and oils. Which one have higher melting point?
Hard fats.
Animal
Yes,
fat.
Hard fats.
and they're made up of long chains of fatty acids. And which is the example that we had of hard fats?
Animal
Animal
fat.
fats.
Animal fat.
Yes. And oils, the melting point is low or high?
Low.
Low.
Low. And the example is?
Groundnut oil.
Groundnut oil.
Before I go further into details, let me do it very quickly with you. Lipids are microbiomolecules. They are not macro. Okay. Though there is a controversy in lipids, I'll tell you about it later. Microbiomolecules classification, simple lipids, conjugated lipids, derived lipids. Simple lipids are esters of which two things?
Fatty acids
Fatty
and
acids and
alcohol.
Fatty acid and alcohol.
So on the basis of which alcohol is combining with fatty acid, we've got two categories of simple lipids. What are they?
True fats or
True
neutral
fats.
lipids
True
and
fats
waxes.
and
Waxes.
Lipids and lipids.
In true fats, which is the alcohol which combines with the fatty acids?
glycerol. Glycerol.
And if there is any other alcohol apart from this which combines with fatty acid, then that combination is known as?
Waxes.
Yes. So we have already done this, waxes. Now come to conjugated lipids. In conjugated lipids, it is a lipid part combining with a non-lipid part. We have just done two examples. Tell me one of the example.
Phospholipids.
Phospholipid and glycolipid.
So which was the non-lipid part which was adding to the lipid part in phospholipids?
Phosphate group.
Okay. And you gave me another example of?
Glycolipid.
Glycolipid.
What is combining with the lipids? Which is a non-lipid part which is combining over here?
Carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate.
So this is your second category where a non-lipid part combines with the which part?
Lipid part.
Lipid.
Lipid part. And such kind of lipids are known as?
Conjugated lipids.
Lipids.
We come to the most complicating derived lipids where we have liquid-like substances, lipid-like substances which are called sterols and derivatives of lipids which are called terpenes. On the basis of melting point, we had hard fats and oils. These are solid, these are liquid, they have high melting point, they've got low melting point. Now I'm going back to the first one which I did with you, the true fats or the neutral fats. You remember true fats, all of you? Glycerol wala. I'm just going a little more detail in this. The true fats or the neutral lipids, they are esters of fatty acids and glycerol. We have already done this. Beta, when I say fatty acid, what is the thing which comes to your mind? Abhi tak hum ye kar rahe the ki neutral lipids or true fats means esters of glycerol and fatty acids. So when I say fatty acid, the first thing which should come to your mind is a long chain of hydrocarbons with carboxyl. Because अभी तक हम लोग यही बात बार-बार बोल रहे हैं that what is a true fat? It is an ester of a fatty acid and a glycerol. Glycerol is very clear to us, it's an alcohol. What about fatty acids? Fatty acids, whenever you think about fatty acids as a long chain of hydrocarbons. They have which group?
Carboxyl group.
Carboxyl group. So if I write it, I'm going to write it like this, RCOOH. R is going to be my chain of hydrocarbons here, and this is my carboxyl group. So this is fatty acids. Fatty acids are again of two types, non-essential fatty acids and essential fatty acids. What do you mean? You have done about proteins also. So essential and non-essential, I think you already know the meaning. Tell me the meaning of non-essential. What does it mean, non-essential?
Which a body cannot make and we need to take it from outside.
Non-essential. Non-essential or essential, Vedahi?
Ma'am,
Which ones our
non-essential.
body cannot prepare? Which ones our body cannot prepare?
Ma'am,
Essential.
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 हाँ जी बच्चे, don't get confused. Essential मतलब लेना ही पड़ेगा. Essential means compulsory, आपको लेना ही पड़ेगा. That means those your body is not able to produce. So when I say non-essential means the body is able to produce, and when I say essential, it means you need to take it essentially from outer sources. So be careful next time. Don't get confused in this. So when I say non-essential fatty acids, it means we don't need to take these fatty acids in our diet. Our body can easily prepare them. And when we talk about essential fatty acids, we need to take them in our diets. Okay. I'm giving you a few examples just for your awareness. Essential fatty acids. They are linoleic acids and alpha linolenic acid. Two examples of essential fatty acids. जो हमें लेने ही पड़ेंगे. We need to take these sources. Linoleic acid and alpha linolenic acid. Now this is your task for today. You will check out for the sources of these two fatty acids. Linoleic acid, and which is the second acid, beta?
Alpha linolenic acid.
Alpha linolenic acid. Okay, there is a difference in the spellings. I'm giving you 1 minute. Please see the spelling carefully. Linoleic and alpha linolenic. See the spelling, then I'll ask you once very carefully. These are examples of which fatty acids? Essential or non-essential?
Essential.
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 So when I say essential, what does it mean?
Our body cannot prepare. We have to take.
From outside.
We have to take them. Okay, so when we were doing fatty acids, we said we've got two kinds of fatty acids, essential and non-essential. Now, very quickly, give me the names of two essential fatty acids.
Linoleic acid and
Linoleic acid.
Linoleic acid and alpha linolenic acid.
What is the difference? The spelling, if you see carefully, linoleic and linolenic. Okay, just see the spellings very carefully. See, beta, the first one, that is your linoleic acid. You need to have it in your diet in the form of, can you tell me in your daily life, what are the things which give you this acid? Because I'm saying it's an essential acid. That means आप रोज खाते होगे इसको in some or the other forms. Any idea? Linoleic acid, the first one.
Ma'am, butter.
Ma'am, proteins or carbohydrates.
I want the sources, normal के आसपास जो आप खाते हो. See, basically, beta, eggs, vegetable oil, meat, nuts, all these things give you this acid. Which acid? The first one that I told you. What is
Linoleic
it?
acid.
Linoleic acid.
So what are the 3-4 main sources? Remember, it is meat, eggs, and those people who do not consume meat and eggs, they have to take it artificially. They can go for some nuts. Okay? Nuts
soya
are
bean.
a good substitute. Hanji Bichi?
Ma'am, pulses. And
No, not pulses exactly.
Soya bean.
Nuts means some kind of dry fruits and all. Okay? Almonds, those kind of things. So this is the first essential, this is the first essential fatty acid. See, those people who are going for consumption of, meat and eggs, then there is no problem. They are getting a sufficient diet of this fatty acid, but the vegetarian people should go for nuts and seeds also. They can go for some seeds also. Can we think about the source of the second one now, very quickly? Have you heard about these acids?
soya bean.
Soya bean.
No, it's the first one, I think so.
You've heard about walnuts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Walnuts are the best source for this acid. Okay, they are really very good when it comes to alpha linolenic acid. Walnuts are very good. I don't know, you've heard about flax seeds. Flax seeds, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard about flax
Yes,
seeds? Okay. I don't know basically how many of you have heard about this, but they are very good sources. For this linolenic acid, they're very good. Flax seeds are also very good. There's one oil also. Have you heard about that oil? Which oil is it?
Olive oil.
Canola. Canola oil.
Canola oil.
Yes, canola oil. So you can check out on the net. It must be available in Bareilly also. It's canola oil. So canola oil, flax seeds, walnuts, they're very good sources. Very quickly, we need to know about essential fatty acids. Just a rough idea I wanted to give you. We need not go into details of this. Come to simple lipids beta. Now, true fats are also called glycerides. What were true fats? First to tell me this, or you have forgotten. I'm saying true fats are also known as glycerides. What are true
Neutral
fats?
lipid. Simple lipids made up of fatty
They're
acids
made up
and
of what?
glycerol.
They're made up of what?
Fatty acid and
Fatty
glycerol.
acid
and
and glycerol.
glycerols.
Very good. Because it has glycerol as an alcohol, we can also call them as glycerides. So all lipids cannot be called as glycerides. Keep in mind, only the true fats can be called as glycerides because they have glycerol combination. See now, they are also called as trihydroxypropane. They're also called as what? Trihydroxypropane. In class 10, you've done methane, ethane, butane, propane, all those things. So if I say propane, then beta, how many carbon atoms it should have?
3.
3 carbon atoms. Isn't it? It should have 3 carbon atoms. Let's see this. The structure now. This is your glycerol. Okay, see this. This is your glycerol. It has got 3 OH groups over here. Okay, this is your fatty acid. Fatty acid. What did I tell you? What is a fatty acid? It's a long chain of what?
Hydrocarbons.
Hydrocarbons. Which has which group over here? COOH. Did we do this in the beginning? Now, esterification process is going to happen. When this glycerol is going to combine with this fatty acid, esterification will take place, children. OH from these three and H from here. OH from these three and H from this fatty acid will combine together, and how many water molecules will be removed?
3.
3.
3.
Water molecules will be removed. So we are going to get something like this. See this. This is what we are going to get. Where is this O coming from? This is this O part which is left from the fatty acids over here. And from here, it has gone. The entire OH has gone. So 3 molecules were removed. You got this kind of a structure. This is an ester. What is this? This is an ester. Ester of what? Glycerol and fatty acid. Also known as, what did we call it just now? True fat. What was the name? Glycerides. What did we call them?
Glycerides.
Glycerides.
Let me show you again the formation of a triglyceride. See this. We had this. This is your glycerol, children. Okay. This is your glycerol. What is the other name for glycerol I just told you?
Glyceride.
It is called trihydroxypropane. Understand why glycerol is called trihydroxypropane. What is the proper name for glycerol? It is trihydroxypropane. When I say propane, you told me how many carbon atoms? 3 carbon atoms. Dekho beta, 3 carbon atoms are there and 3 hydroxy groups over here. OH, OH, OH. How many OH can you see over here?
3.
3.
And how many carbon atoms?
3.
3.
So we can call glycerol as trihydroxypropane. Clear why is it called as trihydroxypropane?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because we've got 3 carbon atoms, so it is a propane, and we've got 3 hydroxy groups attached, so this is a trihydroxypropane. So when glycerol or trihydroxypropane combines with what? Combines with this. This is your fatty acid. When I said fatty acid, it is a long chain of hydrocarbons with a carboxylic group over here. So esterification process will take place. When esterification will take place, then all these three OH from the glycerol and these hydrogens from the fatty acids, they'll combine together. How many molecules of water will be released?
3.
3.
3. Because we
Three.
had 3
Three.
OH. So over here, what is left? Remove these all OH. All OHs are gone. And here all H are gone. Only what is left is O. So the next structure that I'll get is this. This is an ester. Ester of glycerol and a fatty acid. Is it okay? This is known as triglyceride. What do we call it as?
Triglyceride.
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 Okay, this is a triglyceride. Saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. Depending upon the type of bonds which are present, fatty acids are of two types. Saturated fatty acids. See, saturated fatty acids are those fatty acids which do not have a double bond. Okay? They are all single bonds between carbon-carbon atoms. There is no double bond. Then such kind of a fatty acid is known as a saturated fatty acid, and they are solids at room temperature. I think the ghee and oil wala concept in class 10th, you must have studied about desi ghee and oil. Have you studied about this? So desi ghee you will put in
Yes,
which
ma'am.
category? Saturated or unsaturated? Tell me. Desi ghee is saturated or unsaturated?
Saturated.
Saturated.
Beta, at room temperature it is solid or liquid?
Solid.
Yes, it is a solid. Ghee is what? Ghee is solid at room temperature. So that means it is a saturated fatty acids. And if I say it is a saturated fatty acid, means there is which bond between carbon-carbon? Single or double?
Single.
Single. There is no double bond. Then we call these as saturated fatty acids. And unsaturated fatty acids which do not, we've done this, which contain one or more than one double bonds. If there is one double bond or more than one double bond, we're going to call these acids as which acids? Unsaturated. So on the basis of bonds, we have got how many kinds of fatty acids?
2.
2.
Two. Which is the first one?
Saturated fatty acids.
Tell me what is a saturated fatty acid, children?
Which have single bond and no double bond.
There is going to be no double bond. And what is the physical state of saturated fatty acids at room temperature?
Solid.
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 What is the other category? It is unsaturated. So unsaturated will have either one or more. What?
Double bond.
Double bonds.
Double
So
bond.
if I simply give you a substance and I tell you, okay, check whether it is saturated or unsaturated, just by looking at a substance, you can make out 80 to 90% whether it is saturated or unsaturated. If it is in solid state at room temperature, then it is what?
Saturated.
Saturated.
And if it is in liquid state, that it is?
Unsaturated.
Unsaturated.
And even if you compare the bonds, you can decide whether it is saturated or unsaturated. Supposing aapne test kara and you found two double bonds, then you will say this is saturated or unsaturated.
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 And you checked out for all the bonds between carbon-carbon and all the bonds were simple single bonds. Then it is which one?
Saturated.
Saturated.
So on the basis of bonds, we've got these two kinds of fatty acids, that is saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. Let's have a very quick difference between them. Saturated fatty acids do not have double bond between the carbon chains, but unsaturated fatty acids have one or more double bonds. Saturated fatty acids are solid at room temperature, but the unsaturated are liquid at room temperature. Saturated fatty acids are found in animal fats. For example, we were talking about desi ghee or any other ghee. So basically it is an animal fat. And when I give you an example of groundnut oil as an example of unsaturated fatty acids or soybean oil, so they are all unsaturated. All the refines which are available in the market beta, they are all unsaturated. Because they're which fats? Animal fats or plant fats?
Plant fat.
Plant.
Saturated ones have a higher melting point and unsaturated ones have a lower melting point. Let's have the examples. Palmitic acid and stearic acid. I've taken these two only because I think you have done about them in class 10th. Palmitic and stearic acid. Where did you study about them? Palmitic and stearic?
So formation.
Very good. Soap formation. Too good. And unsaturated fatty acids, we've got oleic acid and linoleic acid. So very quickly, I'll give you 1 minute. Read the difference between saturated and unsaturated. There are 5, including the example. 1 minute. Just go through the table, beta. Tell me 5 differences very quickly. Come on, children, one by one.
Unsaturated fatty acids don't have double bond, they have only single bond, whereas unsaturated fatty acids have more than one double bond or one double bond.
Somebody else with the second difference.
Unsaturated fatty acids are solid at room temperature, whereas unsaturated are liquid at room temperature.
Saturated fatty acid occur in animal fat and unsaturated fatty acid occur in plant fat.
Good, good. Continue to move on.
Saturated have higher melting point, whereas unsaturated have lower melting point.
Lower melting point.
We're left with only examples now, very quickly.
Palmitic acid and
Examples:
stearic
palmitic acid and stearic acid, and unsaturated examples are oleic acid and linoleic acid.
Linoleic acid. So we are done with saturated, unsaturated. I told you this is glycerol, no? When I was explaining esterification process of glycerol with fatty acids, it was something like this. We had 3 carbon atoms and how many hydroxyl groups?
3.
Okay. So beta, we have got 3 OH groups. That means there are 3 places where your fatty acid can bind. Isn't it? How many places are there where a fatty acid can bind?
3.
3 places. Chale, yahan dekhte hain. If your fatty acid is binding over here, you will get a bond over here. One ester bond is created over here and one water molecule will be released. Which are the 3 places